Come on in. You know I'm working hard. Come on in and smash the like button. I know I'm late. Headed to Manhattan again. Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Salute. Yes, my people. Little different this morning. Once again, I'm going to a presser. It's been a pretty good month for boxing. Heading into Manhattan again. We got this is the George Kambosos, Richardson Hitchens presser. We're gonna see what's doing. I can't really read the chat because I'm on the road. I'm driving now. But salute to y'all. Y'all keep me company while I drive into the island of Manhattan. Feel me? Salute. I see Eric Jordan, phenomenal Mexican. Cameron Fields, salute Queen. Smash the like button. So we're gonna talk some boxing this morning while I'm on my way to the city. Main biker, salute. What happened was I checked my email yesterday, and at the last possible moment, Matchroom sent me an invite to go to this presser. So I said, I got time, I'm gonna go. Starts at noon, it's 10:13 here. Ooh, I don't like that number. 10:13, I don't like that number. If you know, you know. 10:13, we don't like that. Anyway. Let's talk some boxing. Counter, what up, bro? But before I do that, you know what I want to do? Before I talk? I want to address the show yesterday. Let's address the show yesterday. And a few of my friends, they watched the replay. And they were like, yo, what was that, man? You know? And I had to explain to them. I said, you know, the fella came into the chat. Not into the chat, he came into my Deontay Wilder video. I think it was a video where I said Deontay Wilder, Unforgiven, meaning that, you know, he was the cowboy. I put his face on the Clint Eastwood meme, like the movie Unforgiven. And my job as a content creator and as a black supporter of the sport of boxing is to make sure that people never forget history. That's my job. You're not going to forget. I'm going to remind you, because what happens is when you don't talk about it, they try and alter it. Like case in point, hip hop was started by us, black people. It came out of where? The borough of the Bronx, right? And I was here for it. When it was in its infancy, and we was out here breakdancing on cardboards and big old boom boxes. And I've watched the evolution, and I've watched how people said, oh, it's just noise, to when corporate people got involved. Run DMC were the first $1 million rappers. I was here for all of that. I was here when LL Cool J first came out. All right, I was here for all of that. I could name rappers from the 70s and 80s that y'all never even heard of. And I used to see them walking the street. I know some. I told y'all, I'm good friends with Grandmaster Melly Mel, Rock and Roll Hall of Famer. He lives right here in the Bronx. Okay, he's been on the show way back, like one of my earliest shows, like years ago. If you check my content, put in Melly Mel. he'll pop up. I never had him on the show. My production was horrible back then. But listen, decades from now, when you start talking about all-time great rappers, they're gonna tell you Eminem is one of the GOATs. They're gonna tell you that. Now, do I have a problem with Eminem? No. His wordplay is crazy. But I know where he got his wordplay from because I heard it and he said it. One of the people he looks up to as a lyricist was DOC out from the West Coast and Tretch from Jersey, Naughty by Nature. And if you know hip hop, you know what you're listening to. You feel me? But Eminem wasn't trying to be the great white hope of rap. He didn't want that mantle. He was different. But what I'm saying is they're going to try and put that on him. They're going to try and put that on him. And you can't, and he didn't want that. So respect to Eminem. But what I'm saying is you have to be careful and you have to be cognizant of how they play history. All right, give you another example. A few years ago, a woman was reading her child's social studies or global studies textbook, and it said Africans migrated to America for a better way of life, and she was reading it like, when was this? And it turns out it was slavery. And she was like, this is not true. So, and this was in Texas. And you could look this up. This was in Texas. And there was an outrage, there was an outcry, it was outrageous, and they took the books back. And if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. Research this though, because I don't remember everything verbatim. But they said, "Oh no, they were trying not to talk about slavery. They don't want to talk about slavery anymore. Oh look, it happened. Okay, we're all one people. We all love God. We all Christians. The majority of us, right? So let's forget about it. Forget about it. Look, what do you forget about it? What do you mean? We're reminded every day. They're going to try and change history, telling us to calm down. No. How about this? You know where we can start? Cut the check. Cut the check. Do that. Cut me the check. Like you cut the Japanese Americans a check. Like you cut the Jewish people a check. Everybody got a check but us. You understand? They always try and change history. So when I talk about certain things like Deontay Wilder and what happened to him, I will never let boxing forget that. You're gonna hear about it from me. Because what was done to him was illegal. It was a crime. Now, the gentleman Russell, on that video, he commented and and it's still, if you go to that Deontay Wilder video, I didn't remove the comment. It's there. You can read it yourself. Everything, and I read a portion of it yesterday. And here's the deal. And I need you to understand, I need you to listen to this very carefully. Am I calling Russell a racist? No. I'm not. What I will say is this. Other ethnicities have grown so accustomed to disregarding and cutting down black people and labeling us as complainers when we speak on the injustice because they hear it so much. And they disregard the fact that they have to hear it means that there's some merit to what we're saying. They've been trained to disregard us. Oh, that's them again. Oh, they complaining. Oh, they complaining. They always complain. And they grow up hearing that, but not knowing about what we've gone through as a people. Not knowing, and therefore they didn't educate themselves, therefore they don't care. Now, he did say, oh, I understand what black people have gone through. And he was talking about the boxing realm. Okay, so you know all of that. Good. So you know that what I'm talking about, there's merit to what I'm saying, right? Now, if you go back and listen to it yesterday, he brought up Daniel Kinahan. He brought him up. What he was trying to do was disarm me. So he kind of knows my content, but he doesn't listen to it. He knows about it. He's seen me talk about Daniel Kinahan a bunch of times, but he hasn't listened to the meat and potatoes of what I talk about. And that's fine. That's where the education comes in. You understand what I'm saying? That's where the education comes in. So if you know about Daniel Kinahan, and you know that Tyson Fury is a criminal, the guy's a criminal. You know he has a tainted past. You know he's pop dirty. You know he's altered his equipment. What made you know all of this? But what made you not believe that Deontay Wilder was a victim of the dark side of boxing? And then tried to mystify the whole process by talking about what he doesn't do well in the ring. What he didn't do well in the ring was good enough for them to cheat. And the fact that the American public brushed off what happened to Deontay, that was criminal in itself. That was criminal. They assisted that white man, backed by a white Irish gangster, in cheating a black heavyweight boxer, a champion at that was on the verge of breaking Muhammad Ali's record. And the fact that the WBC called us stupid, the WBC, who allowed a woman, Alejandro, her man ass, to get in the ring and fight Franchon Cruz-Dezurn while she was literally going through a sex change. The fact that that was allowed to happen is criminal. The fact that Mauricio Suleiman went to Dubai to do work with Daniel Kinahan and justified it, and then a week later, America put a $5 million bounty on that man's head. And his response was, oops. I made boo-boo. Oops. Stop me when I'm lying. Stop me when I'm lying. Everything I just said is true. It's an accelerated version, but I've covered all of this. And my point is, I've covered it. The LDBC, we've covered it. Champside has covered it. A lot of people have covered it. Why hasn't ESPN? So when we say all of these things are official, don't you think we have reasonable cause to believe that that happened to Deontay Wilder? Now I'm gonna get dark on y'all for a second. Your daughter, your niece, your female cousin is excited. They're going out on their first date. And the young man shows up to your house to pick them up and looks like a nice young man. He takes your daughter out, your niece out, your little cousin, the female cousin, whatever. You're like, well, she was supposed to be home 2 hours ago. She left in the car, shows back up in the Uber. She gets out. She got bruises on her face. And she's shaking. You're like, yo, what happened? He tried to grape me. And I got away from him. And I got to a safe place and I called an Uber. You're like, what? And of course, after you take care of, you go through the proper channels, right? He's saying, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. We was at a dance and I went to go get a drink and she was gone. It was somebody else. I didn't do what she said. Somebody punched her. And next thing you know, somebody was trying to go right up her skirt on the dance floor. And besides that, your little daughter, your cousin, your niece, she's a hoe anyway. She was on the floor twerking and everything else. And he's saying all of these things that you're like, yo, I don't know. My daughter don't do that. Yeah, well, you know, she left the house with that dress on. And now he's talking crazy about your daughter. And you know it's not true. And then you find out Where the presentable man that came into your house and shook your hand and promised to have her back at 9 o'clock at night, and she come back at 1 in the morning with bruises on her face and everything, you find out that he's a former gang member, allegedly. You find out that he has a felony for whatever. You find out that the guy that came and picked your daughter up was not the presentable dude that you thought it was. Now, had you have known that, would you have let your daughter go out? Right. Had Deontay had known what he was up against, he would have left Tyson Fury's fat ass on the couch. But him being a good-hearted Christian man, and Tyson Fury allegedly being a Christian man, right? He extended that olive branch. Get off the couch. Stop eating so much. Get off drugs. The world of boxing needs the Gypsy King. And how was he repaid? Robbed in the first fight, cheated in the second fight and robbed, and cheated and robbed in the third fucking fight. All 3 fights. And yet people need to see doctor's notes. I said the man has a dent in his face. It's there. It's permanently there. It's there. But we need to see doctor's notes. Errol Spence had a detached retina when he was about to kill Manny Pacquiao. Right before the fight during camp, detached retina said, you can't fight with that. What did people say? We don't believe you need a doctor's note. It's Errol Spence. It's Errol Spence. He called for that fight. What do you mean he needs a doctor's note? Watch this. Arturo Gatti's dead. They said it was suicide. I don't know about that. But let's see a doctor's note. Let's see the autopsy report. Because I don't know. You see how disrespectful that sounds? You see how disrespectful that sounds? It's like the FBI, I think in Oakland, they killed an informant. But they said no, it was the CIA, I'm sorry. They said he committed suicide. 2 bullets in the back of his head. Suicide? What? All right. Whenever it's a black person, we gotta go above and beyond. We need doctor's notes. We need all kinds of things to prove what we're saying. But any other fighter could get a hangnail and pull out of a fight, and y'all are okay with it. If you go read his comment on my Deontay Wilder video, he conflated a lot of things and he wrote a lot. And again, I'm not saying he's racist. I'm saying he's been conditioned to look at black people a certain way. And it's normalized to him. He probably will tell you he got black friends. But another thing I found very interesting was that he also said you remember he said he had friends that do drugs? You heard him say that? Family, I'm not kidding when I say all you gotta do is just let them talk. All you gotta do is let them talk. And I see the trolls in here, y'all already know what to do. Just let them talk. They will tell you exactly who they are. Let them talk. Let them talk. The man says he has friends that do drugs. Let me ask y'all a question. When you're having a conversation with somebody and you find out, you're trying to have a conversation about sports, politics, something serious at that moment. Because this was sports talk. But this is sports talk, but I mean, We're talking about corruption inside the sport, so it was serious. How serious are you taking this person when they say they hang around people that do recreational drugs? How serious are you going to take that person? I'm wondering. I'm not. I'm not. The man says, I have friends who do recreational drugs. Wow. And then he brought up Daniel Kinahan. Wow. You see, it's adding up, right? But meanwhile, Deontay Wilder needs a fucking doctor's note when I said he had a fractured skull. Where's that? This is the skull, right? It's a fucking dent in his head. He had flesh gouged out of his ear. The glove was flapping around. You could see the pattern was removed. You could see it. And I don't care how big and fat Tyson Fury is, he was never known as a knockout artist. The man was kicked out of this country. He can't come back. He can't fight here anymore. All of these things, ESPN never said anything. Joe's Gaming. Somebody get him out my chat. Oh God, not this again. Oh yeah, again. Again, you know why? I might have been talking about something else this morning. But a white male from another country commented on my Deontay Wilder video. So what you do, Joe Gaming, is go to my Deontay Wilder video from like 2 weeks ago, right? It's called Unforgiven. And go to Russell's comment and tell the bloke to cut it out. Tell him to cut it out. Because I wouldn't be talking about this if it wasn't for who? Him. You see what I mean? They never see what starts it. They only see when we react. And like I just said, I just told you that they tried to downplay slavery. They tried to change the history of slavery in a textbook in Texas. Don't talk about it anymore. And Joe Gaming coming here talking about, not this again. Yes, this again. I will never let you forget it. You ain't gonna change history. You're not gonna do it. Not again, no. Why can't Tyson Fury give you an autograph in my country? Never forget. Never forget. Never forget. Never forget. And see, again, a lot of you white folks, y'all been conditioned to think this way. You were raised just to say, oh, black people complain too much. You don't even know why you're saying it. But you've also been conditioned not to say the same thing to the Jewish community. Because they will drag your ass. Oh, that wasn't Texas? No. I think it was Texas. But Florida too. Salute to you in that super chat. Much love. Eric Jordan, I'm in slow traffic right now. But the message is the same. The message is the same. Downplay what we do, downplay what we feel, downplay what we create. It's a colonizer's mentality. He says, yesterday he said, I know what black fighters have gone through. So you acknowledge it. Okay. What makes this any different? He said, well, he's not Muhammad Ali. Never said that. He said Ali was being cheeky. I said, no, Ali backed up what he said in the ring. And he didn't win all of his fights. He didn't win all of them. But he was hated just the same. That's why I did the meme how I did it. I proved this already. Floyd Mayweather played the villain. And it worked to his advantage. Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather were active around the same time. No, not around, the same time. Andre Ward got the same amount of hatred that Floyd Mayweather got. And they're two totally different people. Why? Do I even need to go there with Devin? How the hell is Devin Haney getting Floyd Mayweather level hatred when he was the one that was done an injustice? But you pick up a guy like Mellow Yellow from Baltimore, and that is your remedy? That is your hero? Career-wise, he hasn't done anything remotely close to what Devin has done. And again, he's about to give you a clown fight with Jake Paul. And I can't wait to see how this Lamar Roach rematch turns out, if it happens. In August, allegedly, whatever. But what y'all don't know is in the 70s, they didn't like Joe Frazier like that, but he was the anti-Ali. So then they love Joe Frazier. Yeah, Joe, man, Joe's gonna get Ali. He's gonna get, I don't like Muhammad because he talked too much and he talk. And you niggas have been programmed to think just like that. You niggas. So I hope that was very informative yesterday. I hope that was very informative. Clorox, go wash your ass. Shoot him on sight. Dude's name is Clorox. Clorox bleach. Are you a quacker? You niggas been conditioned. You had an Aussie white man on the show yesterday. And he was saying a lot of things that I already knew, but the uneducated didn't catch it. You niggas that were born in 2010, you didn't understand it. You niggas that were born in 2000, you didn't understand it because you were raised by a single mom and you got beef with your dad because you only know about him what she told you. You need to go patch it up. Fix it with your daddy. Dead serious. Sean Murphy says, you know, you can only program robots, not African Americans. Well, there's a lot of robots out here, brother. There's a lot of robots out here. I deal with it every day. Every day. There's a lot of robots out here there. There's a lot of robots out here. There's a lot of robots out here there. I deal with it every day. 90% of the hatred I get is from who? My people? These people? Yep. Yep. But I gave the platform to the quote-unquote white man, right? And it wasn't beef. I'm not calling him racist. I'm saying he's been conditioned to think a certain way. And if he was around in the 60s and 70s, he'd have hated Ali too. Not to say he's racist. He's been conditioned, because that's another thing. Other ethnicities have a problem with black people being confident. If you go read the comment, that he left on my Wilder video from a couple of weeks back, if you go read it, he says he lost 4 of his last 5 fights, and he calls himself anointed. So I asked him, what's the problem with him saying he's anointed? What's the problem with him saying, what's the problem with having this faith in Jesus Christ? What's the problem with that? What's the problem with having faith in yourself and walking in the path of God? What's the problem with that? Anointed means through God, you have the power to carry a burden that most people don't have. Most people don't have it. Most people get into depression and want to kill themselves and get suicidal. Yes, some people aren't built to do certain things. They're not. And with black people, they want us to feel that way. As soon as Deontay fought Tyson Fury to a draw, right? Allegedly, a draw. What were they saying? What did Andre Ward say? I don't know if Deontay will want any more of that. Right after the fight, he said, run it. Right after the fight. Do you want a rematch? He said yes. Absolutely, he said run it, yes. After the second fight, oh no, Wilder's done. Wilder's done. No, he can't come back from a beating like that. Wilder's done. Wilder's done. No. Run it. What they say about the young brother Devin Haney? He can't come back from beating like that. No, he need to retire. You know what that sounds like? Eerily similar to, no, Wilder lost, close your channel. Errol Spence lost, close your channel. Wilder lost, close your channel. Devin Haney was cheated, close your channel. And it goes on and on and on. Boxing was here before those guys. Boxing's gonna be here after those guys. I'm not closing my channel. For what? I'm talking boxing. What are you talking about? You just here to try and contradict black excellence. The truth of the matter is, you're the race warrior. I'm trying to talk boxing. The fuck are y'all talking about? Y'all talking about everything but. And if you listen when they talk, it always comes out. He had a problem with Deontay saying he was anointed. I never heard of such a thing. I was like, whoa, what's the problem with that? All of us have parents in here. There's evidence, whether you know one of them or not, there's evidence because we're all here. So two people got together, bumped uglies, and made us. It happened, okay? If your family, if whoever raised you, if they didn't tell you was great, they failed. I tell the children every day, you're destined for greatness. Fuck that. I don't care what they say to you. I'm telling you, what I say matters. And he has a problem with excellence. Listen, you could be anointed by God. You could be destined for greatness. You're not going to win everything. I just said Ali lost, right? Hell, Jesus Christ was killed. And he was anointed, right? There's a whole religion based off of his path. We're supposed to walk in his shoes, right? Right? He paid the ultimate price with his life. But he's anointed. You gotta listen when people talk. You gotta be able to dissect what they're saying. What is really your problem? The problem is he's been conditioned to question whenever a black man does something. He needed to see doctor's notes when there's clearly a dent in his fucking head. He needs to see a doctor's note. Errol Spence, oh, his retina's torn? Nah, we need to see a note. We don't believe him. Errol Spence, you don't believe him. Right? But when Canelo popped dirty, everyone says, well, I don't believe it. Canelo never admits it. But Robert Garcia says, hey, that's what all the Mexicans say. They go to Mexico, they pop 30, they say it's because of the meat. I'm like, oh, I didn't say that. Robert said that. I've never been to Mexico, but he said that. Now what? Is anybody gonna hold Canelo accountable? No. Why? You know why. It's Canelo. Gennady Golovkin can walk through his boxing career and duck both Charlos, try and go to 168 to fight Chavez Jr. And when Andre Ward said, no, if you come up to my side of town, you fighting me, they call Andre Ward the fucking bully. But Gennady Golovkin and Abel Sanchez ran around talking about Golovkin beats up heavyweights in sparring. He said that, not us. So I said, all right, so what's the problem? Go fight Ward. Oh, Ward's being a bully. But you wanted Ward to go up to fight Sergey Kovalev, the crusher, the killer, right? I said, well, that's not fair. Well, life ain't fair. And Ward said, you know what? I'm going to do it. Okay, and what happened when we went up there? He beat him once, y'all cried. They say he got robbed, then he beat him again, and y'all still cried. Where the videos, other than the ones we put out, calling Sergey Kovalev a racist, which he is, and saying he's making excuses, he just lost? Where the videos? Where the videos? That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Franchon Cruz DeZern was done a disservice. Outside of us and Champside, where was the justice in the boxing public for that woman? That black woman. Right. I remember in the 90s, Christy Martin was celebrated because she was knocking the shit out of people. They called her the female Mike Tyson, and she was white. No shade to her. She was fun to watch. Clarissa Shields, her career path and her story is 10 times better than Christy Martin's. But I remember the ruckus that Christy Martin was creating. When I say ruckus, I'm saying that in a good way. Christy Martin was celebrated. And justifiably so. Clarissa Shields is not celebrated enough. She has to do certain things on social media. And that's another thing. In a lot of cases, and particularly in boxing, black fighters, we can't just be famous, we gotta be infamous. Why the hell Devin Haney is being told, yo, just accept the villain role? I'm not sure what he did to become the villain. Ryan Garcia is the one that was being racist. Ryan Garcia is the one that said, I want to resurrect George Floyd, kill him again, and join the Ku Klux Klan. Ryan Garcia said, fuck Muslims and fuck niggas. That's what he said. Ryan Garcia said that. And then says, oh, I was high on shrooms. Oh, okay, Ryan. All forgiven? Huh? Wow. And when I say, look at that, there's something wrong with that. Hell, stop complaining. Y'all still complaining? Oh, stop. You bloke, oh, stop it. Stop it. Oh, my God. My God. Oh, you block Americans, you always complain, you just complain. Just conform already. There's no slavery anymore. Look, you had a black president, Barack Obama. You know, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, you guys make millions of dollars. You guys, you heard him say that how many times? You guys. And I asked him, what do you mean you guys? You guys always do what? Talk about what happened to Wilder? What do you mean you guys? You heard me ask him that, right? You guys? Who's you guys? Who's you guys? Who's you guys? All you had to do was listen. Hey, y'all know I don't do debates. That wasn't a debate. I do things so y'all can see it, so y'all can hear it. I'm not making this up. I asked him like 3 times, who's you guys? You guys, who's trying real hard not to say you people. You guys? Who? You know, you guys with the Wilder thing. What Wilder thing? It's not a lie. He had a dent in his skull, courtesy of Tyson Fury, with faulty equipment, and everything that I pointed out led to that shit. From the poisoned water and shit, all of that. I tell you, man, this is very easy. I tell y'all, whenever someone starts saying, oh, I don't believe what Wilder and da-da-da-da, ask them, is there cheating in boxing? They absolutely have to say yes. Do you know why? If boxing had 100% pure integrity, why are they sending people from each other's camp to the locker rooms? And that's where the failure happened. That's where the failure happened. They failed Deontay. They failed him. They failed him. They failed him. Mark Breland talking about, I never gave him any water. In between the rounds, we see you giving him water. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? Tyson Fury refusing water. And then after he beat Dillian White in the UK, because he can't fight in America no more, I played the video for y'all. Someone hands him water. He said, have you had this on you the whole time? Are you sure? Why is he checking the my God. It's right in front of y'all. Why is he worried about the integrity of the water if cheating is impossible? So there is cheating in boxing. You can pay off judges, and it's corrupt because there's gangsters in it, but it just didn't happen to Deontay Wilder. And then you start talking about what he does bad in the ring. You never talk about what he does good. You talk about what he does bad in the ring. He tried to bring up Adric Cabiel, and then I asked him, I said, have you heard my opinion on Adric Cabiel? Have you heard my opinion? Did you hear my opinion about him and Zilly Zhang? I said great fight for as long as it lasted. Zilly got my guy. That's it. At least Zilly Zhang ain't popped dirty. At least he fought a clean fight. We saluted Zilly, did we not? It's boxing. It's boxing. My channel isn't the Bomb Squad DHP Man Down channel. It's Drew Titan LLC / the Painful Excellence Podcast. It's a boxing channel, stupid. Adric Cabiel is the giant killer. Haven't we said, yo, this guy's next up. He's the problem. Adric Cabiel is the problem. He's on a sneaky win streak and no one's talking about it. But who? Us. I talk boxing here. But I did that video like 2 weeks ago and he left a book. Question. If you agree with everything that I say about Tyson Fury, about him being a gangster and a cheater and a drug addict, I wonder, is he in other Pure Fury posts, like Pro Fury posts, typing books saying, no, don't give him too much credit because he has this, he has that, he did this. No, they're not doing that. And why does he have a problem with Deontay Wilder calling himself a king? He said that, oh, no, he calls himself a king. You know, I'm like, so what? Tyson Fury calls himself the Gypsy King. He done went to fucking Saudi and got his ass kicked 3 times. You can make a case for Francis Ngannou beating him, knocking him down. Is this your king? No one questions that white guy for calling himself a king. No one does that. Only us. Only us. You understand? So I brought him on here so y'all can see what I'm talking about. And I hope y'all paid attention. I hope it was very educational. I hope it was very educational. And I'm still not calling him racist. I'm saying he's been trained by a racist society. He's been trained to question things, and he doesn't even know why he's doing it. What's wrong with celebrating Deontay Wilder? What's the problem? He has a problem with him saying he's a king. He has a problem with him saying he's anointed. He points out that he lost 4 of his last 5, but he knows about Daniel Kinahan. And he doesn't want to believe that our brother went through what he went through. Doesn't want to believe it. Doesn't want to believe it, doesn't care. Racism, what's that? Didn't happen. We're dealing with it with Devin Haney right now. If it's not clear that Ryan Garcia was super high and super active based off of the drug use, excuse me, last year, I don't know what else to tell you. Oh, I do know what else to tell you. You're a racist, and if you're black, you're a self-hating, uneducated racist. And you hate yourself. You look in the mirror and be like, fuck you, every morning. Brushing your maggot teeth. Sorry, I got a call. Come on, man. What's this dude doing? These dudes walk around scratching their armpits. It's fucking ridiculous. It's nice out today. I'm about to say something racist, but I'm not lying. If you gotta be from New York to understand this. You never know when it's really nice out until you go outside. I'm in Manhattan right now. And I see white folks wearing shorts and short sleeves. Watch when I get this car, it's gonna be like 50 degrees. These white folk out here don't get cold. They don't. Like, I'm wearing a hoodie, and shorty over there got on shorts and a tank top. It ain't that hot, man. Come on, man. It's still, what is it? It's 10:57 right now. Ain't that hot. It's like they can't wait. They can't wait to throw some, can't wait to get naked. They're out here with the slippers on already. Ain't that serious? I am now on 34th Street. Empire State Building. Well, anyway, we are not allowed to feel. Listen, man. We were less than. We weren't even considered human beings. We were animals. We were tested on. The Tuskegee Project and all that other stuff, man. We weren't considered human. We were considered superhuman. I was watching this video years ago when I was on Facebook, and this black dude was talking about when he was a kid. He was short, but he was able to dunk a basketball. And he said this kid, right? Well, he was able to dunk a basketball, like, you know, in his class or whatever he said, right? And most kids couldn't get up that high. White kid said to him, "Oh, you could jump that high because you got an extra muscle in your calf." And he was like, what are you talking about? This kid was trained to believe that black people got extra muscles which enables us to do certain things athletically than others. Can you believe that? And that's not the first time I heard that. That's not the first time I heard that, man. Oh, shit. Damn. Yo. Yo. There's a shorty directing traffic back here. She about to cause a traffic jam. My God. Whoa. That was a thoroughbred. I mean, just a thoroughbred. God damn. That's why I slowed up. I'm like, Goodness. Anyway, boxing, please. If I could have turned the camera around, yo, what is that? That is 34th Street and, see, that's 3rd, so that was 2nd Avenue. Goodness. She got the, Well, anyway, boxing, please. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, we're not human. We're not human. You know, we got extra muscles. I read literature where they thought we had extra skull. I mean, come on. We had extra cranium. We had extra skull. You know, our dicks are bigger. The women's booties are bigger. You know, human beings have adjusted to the climate. So for whatever the reason was in Africa, we had big dicks and big butts. All right? White people, when when Pangea broke up and they ended up in Norway, it's cold up there. So they grew a lot of hair. You know what I'm saying? It's Maslow's law, man. Animals adjust to whatever climate they're in. I'll give you an example of that. There's a species of parrots that are predominantly living in Brooklyn. What happened was in the early 1900s, they were transporting these tropical birds, and the crate fell off the truck and the birds got out. Now they said, man, these are tropical birds. They're gonna die out here in the winter. Like, New York get cold. These are tropical birds, they ain't gonna make it. Well, they survived. You know how they survived? There's heat in the lamppost, and they make basin there. I saw this on National Geographic years ago. I was like, what the hell? Seriously? Yeah. And they still out there in Brooklyn somewhere. They never left. We've adjusted. Whatever was going on in Asia, I don't know if the sun was hitting a certain way, but that's why their eyes look like that and their skin is yellow. And I mean, that's just what it is. And I'm not the type of person to OD and say that black people created everything, but we created a good amount. But I ain't stupid. You remember that? Remember that shit in CB4? He said black people created everything. We even created ice cream. He said, hold on. How are you gonna make ice cream in hot ass Africa? Didn't make sense. But we're not respected. No matter how great we are. And y'all know the drill. They do love us. Like people, kids that are young now, the young kids, man, they don't understand, what Ali is. They've been conditioned. They born in 2005. They're like, oh yeah, who's the best? Who's the GOAT in boxing? They say Muhammad Ali. They've been trained to say that. They don't know why. If you sat down and told them, man, this guy, Muhammad Ali, he was hated. He was hated in the 70s. Do you know that? They wouldn't know. They're not educated. They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know. Because these kids don't know anything. When I heard Mellow Yellow say, I know who Marvin Hagler is, but I never saw him fight, I was ready to quit right there. I was like, you know what? I quit this bitch. He ain't just say that. But he did. That has to be a crime. There needs to be a rule that when you're a boxer, you need to have at least 40 hours of watching legendary fighters. There's one thing I give Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson's a bit of a historian. Because Costamato sat his ass down and made him watch fights, and he became a student of the game. You can actually have a talk with Mike Tyson. You can actually talk boxing with Mike Tyson. How many of the kids you can do that with today? How many? How many? You understand? Can't really do it. Empire State Building. Let me see if I can show y'all. Looks big on TV, right? But I promise you, the view is great. The view is great. That's the entrance right there. There's a museum in there. It's nice. Yep. I hate coming down here. As you can see, it's crowded. It's crowded. And I'm about to park this whip, and they're about to charge me like $40. Well, you know, they ain't nowhere to park down here, regular, so it is what it is. Madison Square Garden up the street. Banana Republic. Anyway, if you missed the live yesterday, just go watch it. He had there was instances where I asked him a question and it took him a while to answer. Whatever, he had a long delay. Some of it I believe, some of it I don't. A lot of it I believe he was just trying to get his thoughts together. But I think it's imperative that y'all saw that. And again, this is why I don't do debates. I have conversations. I'm not into screaming and hollering, and you know, I'm not into that. I'm not into that. You know, I have conversations. You know what I'm saying? And my brother BFTB is great at it. He's not good at it. He's great at it. That is totally his lane. To me, he's the first person in boxing, on boxing, in this boxing realm on YouTube. He's the first person to do it like how he does it. The first person. He's not good at it. He's great at it. That's my brother. He's great at it. But that's totally not my realm. Because I get very angry when I hear stupidity. Like, for example, when I came home, I stepped away from my computer. I come back and that dude is on there. Y'all know the dude I'm talking about. And I'm like, man. So I typed in the chat, I leave, I come back, this dude's on the panel. You know, I already done smashed the like button and everything else, but when that dude's talking, I can't take it. I can't take it, man. So I just, you know, I left. And I got hypertension anyway, so I can't be doing shit like that. You feel me? You know, Sugar P Mars, there's the queen. Salute, queen. BK on deck. She from the Bill, y'all. Brownsville. Yo, y'all see this thing? 100 men versus 1 gorilla? Look, man. We ain't doing this. So the brother on who's the comedian? What's his name? Wells? He funny. He funny. The dude with the beard. He's from Brooklyn. I think he's a stand-up comic. Now someone's saying 100 Brooklyn niggas versus 100 Bronx niggas. Look, I'm not participating in none of that conversation. I'm too old. But I have a fear that there's gonna be some young cats that are gonna wanna really see what that's about. Look at this. I'm in the damn crosswalk because the damn, okay. You niggas better hurry up. I ain't fucking with y'all. I ain't thinking about it. I don't see people. I see speed bumps with feet. Don't play with me. Fuck out my way. In New York, you gotta drive like a cab driver from New Delhi. If you know, you know. Go, 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 go. I mean, they be just running niggas over. I'm just talking, but this dude is tweaking. Hold on, y'all got to see this. Hold on. What's he doing? What's he doing? Yeah, he tweaking. It's 2025. Niggas still smoke crack? Damn. Yo, he just tried to lick. Yo, hold on. Look, 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 look. Yo, yo, he just tried to lick that white dude. The dude flinched like, yo, what the fuck? He balled his fist up. Yo. Bruh. Gotta be careful out here. That is wild work. I'm up the street from MSG. Yes, sir. That's crazy. I don't know, I'm faster than that. He'd have caught the check left hook and been out in the street. Nobody would have cared. Yo, dude's in the street, bro. Yo, he has on a skirt. Hey, bro, this is crazy. And he's in the bus lane. He gonna get fucked up, man. Somebody needs to get Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, this is 7th Avenue MSG right there. Now I got to find a garage. Oh, yeah, I can't turn here anyway. Anyway, real quick, Queens, the BBLs are out of control. The BBLs are out of control. They've been out of control, but I was just somewhere, and these chicks got the BBLs, and they all bought the shorts with the bottom of their cheeks hanging out. Them bitches sat down on this long couch, right? And it was leather. When they got up, cause some nigga song came on, when they got up, you saw the butt prints. Don't nobody want to sit there. You remember Coming to America? Remember Soul Glow when they got up and they left the Jerry curl, mark on the damn wall? That was the ass print. That was the ass print, and it was disgusting. That was the ass print. Crazy stuff. I'm like, man, don't nobody want to sit there. Nasty ass. I won't fucking sit there. Got all kinds of cakes growing in your uterus. Ew. Ew. Yeah, sugar free, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm like, man, don't nobody want to sit there? Don't nobody want to sit there? And what's up with these sisters walking around with their ass out, man? Come on. It's distracting, and let me be clear. It was not sexy. It was not sexy. I repeat, it was not sexy. It's frustrating. Stink box. All these chicks are built alike these days. Or built like cartoon characters. How you got toothpick legs and a big old ass? I'm frustrated. It's a gripe. Ain't nothing sexy about it. Well, anyway, I'm about to go park this vehicle and walk over to the garden. Africa versus Kambosos. Brooklyn versus the Aussie. How are they gonna market this? Let's see what happens. I'll go live again when I get inside. But right now, it's 11:18, the general's on. So let's go over there. I'm gonna stop this live right now. I'm gonna go live again when I'm inside. And salute to y'all, salute to everybody, Venmo, Zelle, Cash App. All right, love y'all. I'll see y'all in a little bit when I get inside. Peace.